Good evening and welcome to Real Chat. I'm William, and today on the show we have our two guests, Danielle and Peter, who will be going to discussing use of CGI and 3D in the film. We'll find out their views on whether it's overused or not. But first, here's Stephen with the media news.
Thanks, Will. The Oscars have gone back to their roots by hiring Eddie Murphy to host next year's ceremony. The Academy tried to woo a younger crowd in 2011 with Anne Hathaway and James Franco attempting to present their show. Their performance was deemed disastrous by critics, so organisers have turned to an established stand-up instead. It has been officially confirmed that Murphy will host the 84th Academy Awards on his own, which will all take place in February 2012. We'll have to wait until January to see who's going to be nominated for next year's ceremony, but Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy is an early frontrunner. Despite being fired from the series 2.5 Men, Charlie Sheen's career is making the comeback. The troubled star has been cast as Charlie Swan in Roman Coppola's new film A Glimpse Inside the Mind of Charlie Swan III. Coppola is writing and directing the indie project, and Jason Schwartzman is the only other star name attached in an unknown role so far. The film will mark a movie comeback for him alongside his new TV series based on the movie Anger Management. And finally, the Disney's Lion King has stormed the top of the US box office and kept some high-profile movies at bay in the process. It's been 17 years since the film first came out, first opening with a 40 million total in the US. This time around, the 3D version, the 1994 classics, made 18 million. The movie will be released in the UK in October and will also be available in the IMAX when it opens next month. Next year we are set to see 3D versions of Star Wars and even Titanic also hitting the big screens. Now it's back to the main news, away from the main news and back to you, William.
Thanks, we're going for a break now, but be sure you come back for our discussion. It should be very interesting, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you after these short messages.
Quit your jibber jabber. You ain't hurt. You pathetic. If I ever catch you acting like a crazy fool again, you're gonna meet my friend Pain. Snickers, get them nuts.
And so it was that the Emperor's loyal subjects showed him what he'd been missing.
Gosh, that is embarrassing. Sorry.
Sorry.
Incredible shows on Sky TV with all Sky's top channels, including Sky Atlantic, and a free Sky Plus box with free standard setup, plus fast broadband and calls, all for less than £20 a month.
See what you've been missing. Join Sky TV with Sky Plus, fast broadband and calls, all for less than £20 a month. Go to sky.com/value or call 08442 411 114.
Sky. Believe in better.
Oh, yes. I would love to have a really romantic date.
Okay. You're so beautiful.
Oh, my back.
Maybe a date to see a film would be nice.
Zoosk, the online dating site that lets you date your way, whether you want to browse, flirt, or find your soulmate. Zoosk.co.uk.
Hello and welcome back. Today we have with us Danielle and Peter, who are going to be discussing the use of CGI and 3D in films. So, guests, what are your opinions on this topic? Start with you, Peter.
Well, the CGI, I mean, I think that it can be used, quite well. Certain films, like if you're doing Jurassic Park, you kind of have to have use CGI to make a dinosaur look realistic. But I think too many films nowadays will take scenes that could be done with practical effects and just do it with CGI to save time and a bit of money, and the results always look less pleasing. And also, quite often, they'll green screen far too many areas. Rather than just going to a roof and shoot up there, they will just green screen it, and it's always very, very jarring next to the actual real photography in the film.
Yeah, but you've got so many action films out just now, like Transformers and stuff, where you need CGI, and 3D only makes it, bigger and better. It brings in more people and stuff.
Well, yeah, and a thing like Transformers, you need CG for the big, 100-foot tall robots. That's fair enough. But in other films, you have, say, you have simple scenes where there's, like, they'll CG a car crashing into a building when they could just get a stuntman and crash it into the building, like they've been doing for decades, and it always looks better.
But maybe somebody doesn't want to crash into a building. Have you ever thought of that?
There's a film, if they're going to do stunt work. They can do stunt work. They can actually build the side of a building just to.
Yeah, but
just
then
for
you've,
purpose of
but
actually
then,
carrying
but
it.
then maybe they don't want to do that. Maybe it saves money from hiring this stuff.
Well, it does save money, but the
then
result,
it gives somebody from
the end
CGI
result,
a job.
The end result, though, is the film itself looks cheaper because they're
No,
using
it looks bigger
CGI.
and better.
Well, because
And plus-
CG doesn't always look good though. Sometimes it's done quite poorly.
No. Prove it. How?
Prove it. Skyline last year had terrible CGI. It looked
Was that the alien one?
downright shoddy.
Yeah, that was just a crappy film.
Even a big budget film like 2012, a lot of that looked green screened. The CG
That was a good
behind it,
film, but
I disagree. I thought it was terrible, but
but you shouldn't be looking at it. If you're saying you shouldn't have it, then you should concentrate more on the film and not what's going on.
most of that film is CGI though.
So, what's your point?
My point is most of that film is CGI, so if the CGI isn't up to par, then the entire film kind of falls apart because that's the main thing we're there for.
Yeah, but that might just be a crappy film. And plus, with like 3D, you don't need to see it in 3D. You can see it in 2D as well. So you don't actually need to see it in 3D. You can just see it in 2D.
Not always. It depends on the cinema. Some offer both, some don't.
How?
How? Because that's the way they want to do it. It's their choice.
No, I don't believe that.
We're going to have to stop there, guys, because that's all we have time for today. We really hope you enjoyed the show, and a big thanks to our guests, Danielle and Peter, for joining us this evening. We'll see you. Goodbye, and join us and stuff next time.